but they didn't know that he spoke the language. Every once in a while, he'll trick them up to see what they'd be talking about behind his back.
Yeah, I saw him a couple of times and everything. After they be talking about him, he'll come back and speak to them
Mm-hmm.
in Cantonese and stuff, and let them know he can speak the language and stuff, and they be get, oh shit, he heard what the hell we were saying about him. Yeah, man, it was very interesting. I've been kind of watching each and every one of those folks and stuff out there who was
Did you
making a
get a
point
chance to
of,
watch that video?
huh?
Did you get a chance to watch that video I sent you?
Do you really want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it, but the point is that that's exactly it. Hello, people. How y'all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this show. Might be today, might be next year. But like and subscribe. We would appreciate it. Do you want to talk about it?
I didn't look at the whole thing. I only saw part of it. I got kind of pissed off at Malcolm. I did. I'm usually on top of this old guy, man. He's always been very, very interesting and very, very informative about what the heck he does and everything, and him being an ex-CIA person and all that. And uh,
He know the procedures, bro. He know everything. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna leave it alone from here. He said 30 minutes. That's all it took. He said something was going nefarious about that. So he's doing a little conspiracy theorist over there on that particular thing. That's exactly what I said. And he was talking about basically the United States want all of the Latino countries. He said it.
well, I was very, very concerned about how he started out or what he was saying, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me at first and everything when he was talking. Uh, he usually and stuff gives a whole narrative and stuff as to what or why he is saying what he is saying, but he did not do that this time. He opened his mouth and said that question that you just spoke about, but then he started going back and giving a history and stuff and everything of how Americans and stuff have exploited the Central American, Latin American countries and stuff for so many years. And
And that's true.
I thought that he was making a justification and stuff and everything for his analysis of what the heck had happened, and instead of just telling us what went on in Venezuela, and then after he did all of that, then go back, and give a kind of a little short history and stuff and everything of all the other bullshit
Well,
that they've
everybody
been
knew
doing.
what went on, what they told us.
Well, he didn't do that this time. He went and tried to justify what he was saying by um, going back and talking about that mess and stuff, and just saying and just saying what the heck he thought about that time period and stuff in Venezuela. And I thought that wasn't. He didn't give a. It didn't. He didn't sound truthful and stuff at this time like he usually does.
No,
To me,
he didn't believe them. He don't believe nothing they did was what they said. He don't believe nothing they did what they said.
and I repeat, he doesn't usually, the way he explained it this time, he doesn't usually do it that way. He's usually very, very, very informative
Because they don't believe it
about.
happened that way. That's why.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I
I'm
know what you're
just
saying, but he ain't gonna
no, no,
give
you don't.
you.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. He, he I've always, and I'm getting back to this point. I'm not. I have always thought that Malcolm was a very, very informative person and stuff and everything. I've always listened to him all the time. But this particular time and stuff, it didn't sound right. It didn't sound like him. It didn't sound like something that he would do. So, in the age of artificial intelligence, you probably want to maybe go back and look at some of his other videos, podcasts, and then look at this one and see that there's a major difference and stuff in this one, and it's not the same as he usually do. Because I watched him quite a bit. I watched him
I done
on
watched him a number of times
MSNBC.
too.
Yeah, I watched him on MSNBC, but this did not sound right. This did not sound like him. This did not. It wasn't him. So I'm very, very critical now and stuff of this AI generated shit, that they have out there. So I thought that it's not him. This was not something that Malcolm would do. So
Okay.
that's my point, because looking at him in the past and stuff and what he did and how he did stuff, I even saw a couple of podcasts he did with a couple of his friends and stuff and everything, and they were in different countries and stuff and everything, and how they presented themselves and how they did their case. This did not sound like Malcolm.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. You might be right. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I didn't catch that.
Well, I would check this thing out. I am.
I'll watch it again and see if.
Yeah, this is a question mark about it because I've always watched him before, Ted. I'm telling you, man, I've always loved how he presented his cases and stuff and everything when he's always did stuff, and this did not sound like him. It didn't. It did. He did not. It's not. So, and I wouldn't. And knowing that we have this artificial intelligence crap going on, I said, "Oh man, somebody done produced some bullshit here."
It might
But it
be.
looked
It might
real.
be.
It looked
Might be.
real though, but it didn't sound like him. It didn't sound like something he would do. Anyway, what else is going on, man?
Well, let me
It's
just say this: the Department, the Treasury, who is what's his name, Benson, Secretary, who is in charge of the IRS. The IRS retirees have not received a check since last year, September. These are the games that they playing, bro. They nickel and diming people. That's ridiculous. You got IRS retirees have not been paid since September. This is crazy, man. These people, man, is just outright just stealing money.
it may not be stealing money, Ted. It may be that these people have they have made so many damn changes and stuff and everything in the federal government that now they've got people there in the federal government and stuff who are working who have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And they also have people in there who are, they've dumped so much work upon them that they just do what the fuck they can and then go home. The morale and stuff there inside the federal government is horrible, man, because I can see it in every aspect. When I go and try to deal with the federal government and stuff now, man, it's screwed up. And I feel for those people and stuff now who are getting ready to retire and going into and taking their Social Security. It may take them 4 or 5 months and stuff to get in there and to actually tell these people that they want to fucking retire. So what they doing with them other retirees and stuff and everything, man, that's just par for the course.
Mm.
This is screwed up, man. That man screwed this place up, man. Him and Elon Musk, they screwed that place up. There are a lot of people in there and working in the federal government who have no idea what they're doing. And if you ever get past that mechanical person and stuff and everything, and get to talk to a real person, you very lucky if you find somebody and everything who is compassionate and everything about what the hell's going on. Most of them, they are very curt, short, don't give a shit. And a lot of times you can't blame them because they've been screwed over. The wages been cut. They don't have all their benefits and shit is probably all screwed up. They can't get shit done, and it's a hodgepodge of bull crap. And you see it now all throughout the federal government. And instead of getting better, the shit's getting worse. It's getting worse.
Well,
And,
this morning I heard um, a senator from Connecticut, I think it was, or Massachusetts, and Bloom, I think his name is.
who?
Is it Boom or Bloom or something like that?
Blumenthal?
No, not Blumenthal. He's from Connecticut, from Massachusetts.
Well, there's two of them from Massachusetts, and that's a girlfriend, and um, he's
The news people, and he was talking about policy, and he was also talking about the fact that they didn't have a message. You know, he said that it can't be always Trump, Trump, Trump. He said we have to have a message or policy. Well, we've been saying that all along, but you need more than just talking about the policy. You need to go out there and talk to the people where the people are hurting. You got staff, you all got staff, you need to get a team together and get out there and talk to these people and find out what do they need. I don't care if it's in another state. And do some videos. That's what, and you saying, well, you know, he said that they don't get a lot of coverage because Donald Trump gets all the sound bites. So you want to get coverage, go out there and talk to the people. That's what you need to do. Those reporters are not going to do it because these stations are not going to allow them to do it unless something catastrophic happens. But you, as a congressperson or a senate, you need to get your staff out there or hire some people to get out there and start doing videos and finding out what these non-voters.
his name is Ed Markey.
Well, that's not the one.
Okay, because he's from Massachusetts. I mean,
It might be Connecticut.
yeah, yeah, him and Elizabeth
He
Warren.
took Biden's place. I thought his name was Bloom or something like that.
He took Biden's place.
Yeah, he's got Biden's seat.
Biden came from Delaware.
Okay, well, it's Delaware then. My bad. So he, he's always been, a pretty solid person and know what he's talking about, very policy oriented, but he's too laid back. These people are too laid back. You gotta switch up. And I know he's a senator, so he's in a different position, but still, you still need to get out there and talk to these people.
Yeah, you probably talking about Richard Blumenthal.
No, not Richard Blumenthal.
Yeah, well, Connecticut's got two senators. One of them is Chris Murphy, and the other one is Blumenthal.
Yeah, what down? He took Biden's place.
But Biden came from Delaware.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's my suggestion to these people. To get out there and start making videos. I said that 6 months ago, and talk to these people. These people are going to be, all these cuts. You got education that you can talk to these people about education. You can talk to these people about living conditions. You can talk to people about groceries. You can talk to people about health care, all kind of things.
So you talk about Chris Coons.
Coons, that's his name.
He's from Delaware. You got Coons and the newly elected black lady, Rochester, Lisa Blunt Blackchester from Delaware. Black lady.
So, but like I said, he was very informative and he know his stuff. But I'm sorry, you got to get out there in them streets, bro. You Congress people got to get out in those streets. You senators, you got to hire some people or whatever. Get out there in those streets and make some videos. Start talking to some people and letting people know, finding out what these people need and want, so these people can vote because they don't care. And he already said it. He said we ain't got enough people voting, so you got to get out there and vote. Before you go on with your what you gonna say, because I know you got a lot of stuff. I just want to bring up. I just want to bring up this Dr. Lewis, who's from the Caribbean islands, and he's out there full blast, and he's constantly talking about enslavement and E.W. Du Bois, and and all that stuff, and he's trying to persuade people, all kinds of things that he don't even know. I mean, he knows what he's talking about, but he's putting it in his own slant in his own way. He does not understand what all of what America, Black America, has done and created to make it the way it is. You can't just talk about Du Bois because he was a communist. See, that was the one thing that turned me on from him. He was a communist. He was all about, working with the communist type people or socialist people, you know. And so he was like really a paper shuffler, getting data and all that kind of stuff. But damn, man, when you up from slavery and they don't give you nothing and you starting from scratch, hell. So that's, what do you expect for people to be? You got 3 million people, over 4 million, 5 million people coming out of slavery, and you're supposed to get a 40 acres and a mule, and it wasn't given. Only a few people received a 40 acres and a mule, and they did. Most of them did pretty well, and that's how come there was so many black people that were sharecroppers, and then they left. It was the Great Migration. So what do you expect black people to be when they had to pull up their own? They had to pull up their boots by their own bootstraps. So, I appreciate that he has an interest in American history, Black history, but he don't know all of it. You can't just read Du Bois and Booker T. Washington and a few other famous people, Martin Luther King. You got to read all of it, bro. You have no idea what our people went through. And he's out there, got a bunch of videos preaching his mess. When I call it mess, it is mess. you know, in my opinion. So, and you got these foreign black academics now. They got their little PhDs. And here's another thing: you know, we dogging all these black men, but let me put it like this: in the 20s, in the 30s, even the late 1800s, because Du Bois had already went to a black college and got his degree. He graduated from Fisk. He goes to Harvard to try to get in to get his master's. And said, no, 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 you got to get an undergrad. He had to go back to school and get an undergrad, and then he worked on his PhD. And there were a number of people that did that because they wanted to go to the higher level schools, Harvard, Yale, all that. And there was a number of people in the black community, black males, that were going to school getting their PhDs. And that's the reason why Dr. King had a doctorate degree. A number of people had their doctorate degrees and their law degrees. And now I can see why all of a sudden there was a big movement for black women to get their PhDs in the 2000s. So it was a number of black people, black women got their PhD. The men sort of kind of holding back, but there was definitely academically sound. Hundreds of them got PhDs. I tell you, boy. And Du Bois went through a lot of things, a lot of organizations. You know, he was one of the founding fathers of the NAACP. He was involved in Philadelphia's things that they was doing there. He was a very businessman, very busy guy, and he was, you know, a lot of things that he was doing was trying to uplift black people, but at the same time, he was giving information about black people. So where are we, you know, as far as this goes? You know, the thing is, man, you know, you look at what's going on now. There are so many black folks that got their law degree, their engineering degree, their PhDs. And here's my take on all of that: manufacturing, business. That's where we went wrong. We should have focused on manufacturing and business, building up. Because it's all about, you know, but the thing is, that's very hard because you have to have capital. And these banks weren't loaning black folks money. And then we started building our own banks. And then, of course, it was very hard to raise money because a lot of black folks didn't even have bank accounts. Only that 10%. What you got?
Oh man, we got a lot of stuff. Uh, I noticed that the the federal judge and stuff stopped Trump from people from cutting off the child care money to those 5 states. and he had them to reinstate the money, but he also gave the federal government a chance to come back to them, to the court and everything, to do some legal justification and cutting off those funds. So even though the funds are still, but he unfroze them, I guess they starting to let the money flow, but the courts and stuff and everything did allow the federal government and stuff to come back and say, give some justification and stuff for what the hell they did.
Why? And that's
You
their
know the,
justification
the courts,
because of fraud.
the courts and stuff, Ted, in any daggone case that the Trump administration and stuff and everything puts forth, whatever they do, they always give them the benefit of the doubt. And even though he unfroze the funds and stuff and told them that they need to keep on putting their money and stuff there, they automatically and stuff and everything allow them to come back and give some legal justification, because you just can't cut off the daggone funds without legal justification. So I think a lot of those federal judges are doing that and everything because they don't want to be caught up and stuff in a situation and stuff to whereas they file an appeal, and then the appeal courts and stuff and everything says, well, you can't do that, and then they reenact the stay and stuff on giving the child care money. So he opened the door and stuff and everything to let them come back and justify it. So really, actually, in actuality and stuff, he didn't give a final judgment and stuff on it to not allow them to go to appeals court. To where now the money will start flowing, and then they still have to come back to court and stuff and everything, and then give them justification and stuff for it. So, in a way, I guess it's a good thing for the states and stuff, but it's a feel that they placating the federal government there a lot and stuff and allowing them to come back and do it. 15th of January, supposedly the Supreme Court's supposed to be giving their decision on this tariff shit. But for some reason or another, the Supreme Court has not fully came forth and said if they're going to are they going to pass down an opinion on this tariff shit. So I don't know what's going to happen and stuff and everything, and why the Supreme Court and stuff for some reason or another decided that they want to not come forth and stuff with a decision and stuff on this tariff crap. I don't know what's going on, and none of the other legal minds out there and stuff understands don't know what's going to happen, but they think maybe that they may be trying to just slip in that decision and stuff and everything, so people aren't very aware of it, and they can throw it out there and stuff, and then run away from it and hide from that decision, whatever it's going to be. But after that court case was filed, we know about 3 months ago, Costco decided that since they had filed a case and everything, that this shit was illegal. So Costco and stuff, being smart as they are, and their CEO and stuff being very progressive in this whole thing, he files a case and stuff and everything to ask the courts and stuff and everything that if what Trump had done is illegal, that they want their money back, that they paid and stuff out of their pockets, their coffers and stuff for their tariff money. Well, unbeknownst to a lot of folks and stuff and everything, I guess when Costco's had done that, some of these other corporations said, shit, we better get our daggone, put our dime on this daggone thing too. So in actuality, with what's going on now, there's they said there's almost 1,000 different corporations and companies and stuff out there who have filed their appeal and stuff and everything to get their damn tariff money back from the federal government. So they are waiting on the decision from the Supreme Court. So, and they don't want to be the last people that may or may not get their money, or they want to be able to file their case and stuff and everything. So they won't. They can say, "Hey, we next in line," and that the federal government can't put us off for 3 or 4 months and don't pay us and stuff because we didn't go to court to get our money. I guess they don't trust Donald Trump and everything to make sure that they get their money. So they're hoping that the courts and stuff will make the Trump administration pay everybody. So they all waiting now to see what the heck going to happen. So there's a new wrinkle out there. It looks like, Ted, that we aren't the only ones who don't trust Trump and his administration. Oh, but anyway, man, this thing with this young lady up there in Minneapolis and stuff, man, it is just an absolute horrible, horrible, horrible thing that's going on and stuff there. And
Hey,
how?
I'm gonna throw something at you.
Go ahead.
Has there been proof of death? You know?
Not really, because I think everybody else knows she died. Uh, but
Well, you know that we have actors, and I'm just saying, I want you to look at this now.
I understand.
Unless there was a proof of death,
Okay.
and people saw that this lady was really dead, I don't believe
it. Well,
it. And I'm not saying
granted,
that she didn't get killed.
I guess everybody is focused on who to blame for this shit
Well,
because
that's true, but at the
the
same time,
car
they did not allow to verify.
after she was shot, the car ran into a tree. So if she was still alive, I don't think she would have ran into a damn tree. She would have just kept on going down the street. So I don't think everybody has looked at that, Ted, and that they
Well, let
they
me give
all
you my. I'm just saying. Here's my acting. You know, because they do like to do a lot of setup and acting stuff so that they can change the narrative for the weekend. Because that story is going to be. That's all they've been talking about since it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing is that the guy that shot the lady had his phone out, and it so happened that he had his camera working when he
Mm-hmm.
shot the lady.
Right. Your
Who
cell
does that?
phone.
Who does
Your
that?
cell phone.
Who does that?
Well, I
How
think
you going how you gonna be jumping out the way, almost getting supposed to be got hit? You got your cell phone out, and it only was a split second, 5 seconds at the most. He got his phone out, his camera is already up and ready to go, and then he got his gun out, and he shoots the lady, and he's videotaping it. And on the other side, the lady act like she was trying to get in the car, but she never got in the car.
that was her partner.
I know that, but she never
That,
got in the car. She
right.
had plenty of
But she
time to get in the
also
car.
that's because the guy, if you look at the video and stuff, she was on the passenger side. Those two officers and stuff came from the driver's side, and they snatched the door. And that's when she took off and everything, and didn't let her partner get inside the car. And if you look at the video, the guy who was holding the camera and stuff, when she pulls off, he drops the camera. His video and stuff goes away. His camera just falls away. It doesn't. He doesn't. It's no more video and stuff from his camera off on his phone. But he evidently he must have been a quick son of a gun and everything, or he shot her with his left hand 3 times. There are going to be a whole lot of people and stuff, Ted, who are going to, they're going to bring a bunch of experts and stuff in there, video experts and crime scene experts and stuff into this whole damn thing. And I guarantee you, man, there's going to be some, you think your proof of death conspiracy theory and stuff is going to be screwed up. There's going to be a whole lot of other people in there coming in there with some bull crap on this shit here. It is not over with yet. Trust me, there are going to be some other conspiracy theories, and some people are going to come up in there who are going to be with the FBI, and they're going to sit there and they're going to use their theories and stuff and everything, and they're going to try to get that little boy off.
He needs to
Trust me.
be handcuffed and took straight to jail.
Yep. Well, they're not. He's going to get away. I believe he is going to get away unless they can get him and stuff for a state crime.
Well, that's exactly what the AD is going to do.
Well, they've already told the state and the local police departments and stuff to leave that shit alone, that they cannot investigate it. The federal government is in charge. But I guarantee you, this thing is not going to end. This thing is going to be going on for probably until maybe late summer before they really come forth and everything and stuff with somebody. And there's probably going to be some congressional committees and stuff popping up on this whole crap and everything too. And also probably in the state of Minnesota, probably going to have some legislative hearings and stuff on this and what the hell's going on and findings and stuff as to what the heck happened. It's not over from a long shot. But that proof of death thing, it might be.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Ain't nobody,
I look at things.
ain't nobody even thought about a coroner's report. We have not had no coroner's report. Everybody else has said she dead.
Well, that guy could have been shooting blanks. We don't even know.
You know what I'm missing and stuff, and what a whole lot of people, well, probably the folks there in Minnesota probably understand that their state's attorney and stuff and everything, he has been very, very, very good and stuff legally and stuff, because he was the one that prosecuted George Floyd's a murderer and put him in jail. Did a pretty good job on it. So I have not heard from Keith yet and what he has to say, being the Attorney General there for the state of Minnesota. He has not opened his mouth. He has not said a word, as far as I know, as to what he's going to do. But
Oh, yeah, he's already talked.
He already talked? What did he say?
Well, he talked to Tavis Smiley.
I didn't hear that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he talked to Tavis Smiley about a couple of days ago. The next day after she had gotten shot, supposedly had gotten shot, allegedly had gotten shot.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to look at that then, because I wanted to find out what he had to say.
Well, basically he's saying that, hey, the state is going to prosecute. That's
Oh,
what
he did?
said.
Oh, okay.
He said they wouldn't allow them to do any investigation.
Right.
He said, but that's okay. We got video. We seen it with our own eyes. So I'm going to bring this subject up again. You know how much immigration is costing this country? The border is costing us between $100 to $80 billion. And they set up a budget for ICE people of $150 billion. And that's not counting all the people that's got to work the support teams. So we're spending $300 billion or more easily. People, y'all white folk, it's your fault. Y'all white folk, it's your fault. You allowed this man in that White House. Here they are blowing $300 billion on integration, and they making money hand over foot. All his cronies are making money all over this country. They putting them in jails. They building warehouses. They giving these people millions and millions of dollars. Y'all white folks done messed up this time, real big time. Because y'all didn't want
Well,
that brown woman. Y'all didn't want that brown woman to be president.
well, uh, they've always spent a lot of money on our border control and everything, but it is. I think what's going on, it has just gotten out of control and everything because we all knew that as soon as Trump got in office and he started that crap, that he had a he had his eye on making some money off of this.
Oh, he's gonna make a lot of money.
Well, he's had his eye on making some money, putting money in his family's pockets, and he has done that. And if you notice and stuff and everything, for some reason or another, his daughter hasn't been involved a whole lot, but he has brought her husband into this mess. He is over there in the Middle East. He's over there in Gaza, and they show pictures of him up there in Denmark. They got him all over, and you know that boy, that Jew son of a gun is about some money. He about making some money, and if someone did a research upon him, I'd almost guarantee you that they're paying him a lot of damn money.
Well, here's the deal for what I read months ago. Months ago. The reason why they want Greenland because of those precious metals. And Peter Thiel supposed to be all engaged in that. That's the rumor.
But they cannot get the precious metals and stuff to it, and the reason why they can't is that the government of Iceland and also Greenland has already sold the rights to those precious metals to Canada. Canada's already bought those rights. They're paying almost, I think, $10 billion a year and stuff for that stuff, for those metals and stuff. So they already got the rights has already been sold. So even if he goes there into that country, Canada has or they already got a hold and stuff on those precious metals. Nobody said anything about it, but they've already made an agreement and stuff, and the government have already given them rights and stuff to those precious metals. And why Trump is studying sitting around there saying that, I have an idea. He's just throwing out bull crap and everything and saying shit, and people are just running with it. And every time he opens his damn mouth, the news media runs with it. And it's creating problems for everybody. Because as soon as, just like you throw a rock in there into that pond, that ripple effect goes out and it affects everybody. They got the European Union sitting down there telling to shoot to kill. We ain't waiting on nobody. We gonna shoot people down. If a plane come over here, if anything heads this way, we shooting it down. We ain't waiting to have to justify this shit. Shoot the motherfucker down. That's what they telling their people and their military. Shoot it down. If it heads this way, shoot it down. So I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Everybody just got to listen to what Trump has to say. He done got to a point and stuff to where he is the news. He is our news.
He's
If
your
we
news.
don't have anything in the news about Trump. We do not have news.
He's your news.
He is the news.
He ain't nobody's news.
He is the
All he
news.
is
Only
is
and they're following him just like he is the oracle. They on the plane with him. Anything he says on the plane, you can't hardly hear what the fuck he said, but as soon as he says something, they put it all out in the news. All in the newspapers, everywhere getting it. All in the Europe, everywhere. They all getting the shit.
if you ever listen to when they're talking to him and they ask them questions, they don't ask why. It says, "Are you going to blah blah blah? Do you plan on blah blah blah?"
Right,
It's not no who, what, why,
right.
where. Is are you going? Do you plan? And when they ask those questions, then he gives out his opinion about what he's planning on doing. You know,
What
and
he's thinking
sometimes he
about doing.
said, yeah, he might say, well, we'll see, and we're thinking about this, and we're looking at it, possibilities. And
Right.
his whole goal, though, is like I said, he's gonna take over Cuba. He's gonna take over Venezuela. He's gonna take over Brazil. All of those Latin
And, and,
countries.
and I'm telling you again, he ain't gonna do shit. He ain't even took over Venezuela. He just went in there and like my boy supposedly has said, it's some bull crap there. Because somebody may have just gave the man arrested him. One of his guards may have arrested his ass and his wife and shit and throw their ass on the fucking plane and let the daggone government have him. We don't know. And
They
gave
might
him
have
to
got
Trump.
paid.
Trump Trump probably paid somebody to bring him to
Yeah,
the
they might have
airport
gave
and
him
shit and
$50 million.
everything and round him up.
They gave him $50 for turning them in. Because
That's it.
he had $50 million
That's
to
it. And he sent them daggone planes over there to bomb the daggone country. And the only thing they did was create a smoke screen, a camouflage, and everything to allow his own gods to take his ass and his wife's ass and drive into the fucking airport and give them over to the American people. That's what they did. They did nothing. All that shit that Congressman Lindsley Graham and we're talking about over there. He's the greatest thing. He beat Obama out. He ain't did shit.
he gave somebody $50 million. That's what,
when they
and
pay,
they turned
when the
his ass
shit come,
in.
when everything comes out, it's gonna be that he done paid somebody to go get that man's body because eventually Madura is gonna tell. Now he's sitting up there in court, and he probably ain't opened his mouth. He probably just sitting there waiting and gonna drop that bomb on him. He didn't do shit.
Well,
By God's and
he
stuff.
might take a deal, bro.
Well, he already getting away. They don't have a case on him.
Well, what I'm saying, he might got. They probably told him that we ain't got no case on you. We're gonna let you go,
Yeah,
but you're going to get
and
out. You can't go back to Venezuela.
well, that's fine. He don't give a shit. He probably got some money stashed away. That's all them governmental leaders and shit and everything, and all the countries in there. They done stole money from the country and done put the money someplace where they can get it as soon as they get deposed or something happen to him. He got money stashed away somewhere. I guarantee you, billions of dollars stashed away in somebody's bank over there in
Well,
Swiss somewhere.
I don't know
So
about
soon
Mexico, but Mexico better be concerned. They better build up their military.
shit, they ain't coming over there about a girlfriend. Ain't nobody gonna come over there. She ain't gonna let nobody in her inner circle fuck with her. They not. She already made aware of it, and I guarantee you, Ted, there's probably some other people over there aware that this shit happened. That they done paid somebody some damn money to get that guy and bring him to the damn airport and allow the American people to come in there to fly helicopter in there, pick him up, and take his ass back. His fucking military ain't did shit. And somebody gonna tell. Just like
Well,
your boy found
according
out,
to
maybe
Nan,
found out. See, he's already said it. Don't. The timeline ain't right.
And then according to Nance, he said that the people that was his security, 30, 40 people that was his security,
Right,
was from Cuba.
right. Drop some cash off to him. Hey, you got $2, $3 million. Take his ass over here. We're gonna put up a daggone smoke screen. We're gonna be bombing all these cities and shit. And while we bombing all these cities, because he got a military there. How the hell they get his ass to the airport? Somebody had to. It's guards had to do this shit. It's so he. You heard it from us people. This is bullshit. They ain't
I
did
just want to
nothing.
see proof of life
Trump
in
to pay
Minnesota.
somebody to get one of their guards to take Maduro and bring his ass to the airport or someplace, some unsecluded place. They flew the daggone helicopter in there, picked Maduro and his wife up, and flew the ass out there to the goddamn aircraft carrier and landed. And that's how they got him.
Proof of life, people. Proof of life in Minnesota.
You heard it from us, folks. You got the story right here. He goes, the timeline ain't right. Trump he to pull another smoke screen over. Shit. He done, he done, he done hoodwinked Lindsey Graham into telling everybody he's the greatest leader in the world. He did better than Obama.
Did you see? Did you see his Trump's facial expression when he
Uh-uh.
said that when he was talking? Oh, you should have saw his facial expression. It told me everything.
Yeah, well, we know Trump he ain't got no leg. He can't put forth, and you know damn well uh, that goddamn Rubio, he ain't smart enough to figure out how to do something.
I'm telling you, Rubio wants
Got
Cuba.
no military mind, and you know Pete himself ain't got no military brain on his ass and shit. If it ain't in that bottle, he don't know what the hell going on. Oh,
Rubio wants Cuba, bro.
they ain't gonna mess with them people over there in Cuba. They ain't gonna do shit over there. They not. And just like all those oil folks, he done brought them all over there. We're gonna put y'all over there so y'all can take this oil. And and Chevron said, we ain't going no goddamn well. We ain't going in there fucking with that goddamn oil. That shit ain't even worth it. And Trump still saying, yes, they're going to go in there and take the oil. And we ain't going no damn well.
I think one of them said we already lost $12 billion.
Yeah, we ain't going over there. Shit. The government, they still got the vice president. He the president, she the president now. The government's still there. The corrupt people are still there. We ain't going over there to that mess and getting killed. And they're taking a chance on our money.
And then on top of that, they got the Chinese over there pulling that liquid gold out, and they got the Russians over there too
Hey,
in Venezuela.
hey.
That's how come they getting that oil out of there. You know
I
they ain't got
told
the locals working there.
I told you already, man. China done already been told. They just said told America, all those companies in America, y'all ain't getting none of our precious metal. Y'all done went over there and invaded this country, we ain't getting none of our precious metal. So all them planes y'all talking about making, it ain't gonna work. Anyway, Ted, final word.
Well, you're talking precious metals. South Korea has got a plant of precious metals over there. So they're doing everything they can to get that precious metal out of there. So
Ted,
just to let you know that. But anyway,
Ted.
My
We
final word
got
is this.
we got precious metals right here in Arizona. Precious metal all over our country. Same shit they got over there. We got it right here. We got it right here. We just can't process it. That's the problem. We can't process it. If you can figure out how to process it, that's the trick. Because we
My
got the
final
metal.
word, Ed, is this, bro. We got floods. We got earthquakes going on in our country right now. We got people being harassed. And here we coming up with the 250-year anniversary. America the Free. We'll see what kind of spirit is going to go in with this 250 anniversary. It's a whole lot of controversy going on, especially if they don't pass that subsidies for the insurance. What y'all gonna do, Congress? What y'all gonna do, Senate? It's all on both of y'all, not the House, because y'all can override it. What y'all gonna do? You can play pussy if you want to and let this country go down, but it's all on your heads. I'm blaming white folks that voted for him, and I'm blaming Senate and Congress, and I mean the Republican Party. This is about our people, not all over the world. Last year, he had less than 600,000 jobs created. That's the lowest since 2002. And we knew what was going on in 2002, bro. Think about it. Less than 600,000 the whole year. And zero government hiring. And we have millions of college graduates looking for jobs. High school graduates looking for jobs. That's my last word.
Well, my last word, and I'm gonna give you all a picture here. Follow that goddamn Scott Bassett. All I gotta say. Follow that motherfucker. Watch that. Watch that little rascal sit over there with his smile on his face. He holding on by a string, trying to keep this country afloat. He holding on by a string, trying to keep this country afloat. We drowning, kid, in debt. Drowning in debt. And he trying to keep this shit going. Ain't nobody buying our debt no more. So look to Federal Reserve Chairman start printing some money. And you're going to see there's going to be a footnote in who's holding our debt. And it's going to come from a little country over there in the Caribbean. Could be a little country over in the Caribbean holding trillions of dollars of debt. They gotta keep the facade going, man. Somebody holding our debt. It ain't gonna be Chinese. It ain't gonna be the Japanese. There's some fucking country over there in the Caribbean. The motherfuckers holding our debt, because that's where they putting that money at. Look for it. Watch Scott Bessent putting some pressure on these goddamn banks around this fucking world, the international banks. He's gonna start calling them motherfuckers up and telling them if we go under, the world's going under. They're gonna start buying some of that debt up. They can't allow us to fail. We have gotten to a point here to where back in 2008 they had that saying, "Too big to fail." That's us now. That's the United States government. We too big to fail. They cannot afford to allow us to fail. That's his only saving grace. And trust me, he's gonna start going around to some of these goddamn banks and calling them up and say, "Hey, people, we're gonna default on y'all shit." He's gonna call Japan up. He's gonna call up the Chinese people up. Anybody that's holding out debt, he's gonna tell them, "We gonna we gonna default on y'all shit. Y'all better do something." And they're gonna start doing something. We in a big mess, brother. We in a big ass mess. That little country over there, go look at who's holding our debt. And on that timeline, you're going to see some little old goddamn country over there in the Caribbean got part of our debt. The Federal Reserve created that motherfucker. Go look at the timeline. It's there now. It's sitting there now. I think it's about number 7 or 8 on our whole our debt. It's some fucking country over there in the Caribbean. Nobody know about it.
That's why them billionaires got their money.
Oh no, ain't nobody over there. There's some false motherfucking bank account somewhere. That motherfucker ain't got shit. It ain't got nothing there. They just got some numbers sitting over there. That motherfucker ain't shit there. It's a mirage. And ain't nobody looking at it. They ain't looking at it. But it's sitting there. I think it's number 7 or 8 now. But they're gonna start rising in just a little bit. Oh, people. You guys heard it from us. Trump lied. He paid somebody to tie Madura and his wife up and put him on the plane. So when it come out, you all can say, "Yep, we heard it on the 10 and Ed show." Yeah, with the 10 and Ed show first. We'll talk to you guys later. Y'all keep watching our show. You're gonna keep on getting all the news y'all need. And as Mr. Harvey said, we ain't got no death notice here on that woman. She might be still alive.
Proof of death.
Ain't no proof of death yet. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.